Mother's Day has a way of sneaking up on you. But when it does, 1-800-Flowers makes it easy to send Mom something beautiful, thoughtful, and worthy of everything she does. Right now, with double blooms from 1-800-Flowers, order 1 dozen roses and get another dozen for free. It's a bigger gesture with fresh, beautiful flowers arranged to make Mother's Day feel as special as she is. Make Mother's Day feel bigger with double blooms at 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast.
It's Car Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Car Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James VanOsdol.
This right here is Car Con Carne. Car Con Carne is brought to you by Exploding House Printing. Exploding House Printing is here for all of your screen printing, embroidery, and other merchandising needs. They're local. They're located in Hermosa, and they focus on businesses, small businesses, bands, brands, all points in between. Jonathan is the guy behind Exploding House, also behind Time Thieves, and he has you covered. Beyond his technical expertise, he delivers production efficiency and cost awareness to offer boutique print shop quality at much lower large print shop prices. Check him out on Instagram at Exploding House, or check out their site at explodinghouseprinting.com and get a quote. All right, I'm James VanOsdol. I'm here with When We Was Kids, a band that creates intricate, technical, quiet to loud, sometimes prog, sometimes hardcore, songs that simmer, explode, saunter, and tease, usually all within a 4-minute song. The newest release is a Maudlin Floor and Watercolor, and you can see them at Kohl's on May 1st and Reggie's on June 11th. I'm joined by Chris, I'm joined by Mike, and Mark. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hey, what's up, man?
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for jumping in my car on a weeknight. Now, I know we're on the northwest side of the city right now. I know this isn't where you live. I knew that you had roots in Cicero, but you're still all out that way.
Yeah. Berwyn. That's where
okay.
I grew up, and that's where I met Mark, the drummer. We've been playing music for a while.
We should have met in front of Fitzgerald's. I didn't know. I wasn't thinking. Well, let's go back then. Let's talk about your origin story. How did this band all come into being?
So pretty much me and Mike were in a band called Seppuku Survivor. Chris was in a band called We Drive Yeah, and we were kind of rivals growing up in elementary or, middle school, high school.
So you were in, you had your own bands. Were you doing covers? Were you writing your own original music?
They were. So Chris's band was pop punk-ish. Mm-hmm. We were more like psychedelic prog, instrumental.
That tracks.
So he kind of, him singing, and we're instruments. We kind of later on in life, we kind of just pieced together, and it just worked out. And it actually started with Mike and Chris writing a song together, maybe at Chris's old We Drive Yeah house or in Cicero house.
I love that there was a rivalry in school.
Yeah. we probably did a couple Battle of the Bands too, which is kind of funny because I think Chris might be a little salty because my dad was a judge at one of them.
Yeah. Oh, the fix was in.
Yeah.
It was sort of an unspoken rivalry because we would book shows together all the time, and we would buddy up right after the shows and party together, but it was just that unspoken rivalry.
Well, fast forward to the present day, you're in the Chicago scene, you're not in school anymore. Do you still have that competitive edge? Do you get pissed if someone gets booked at a room you haven't played yet? How the fuck did they get in there?
Not with any other bands, but certainly with each other. Okay.
And does that come out in the songwriting?
I think so, yeah. I mean, it's times have changed a ton, which is great. We've grown together, so we never really take anything to heart, but there's definitely times where we all make suggestions to each other, and it always comes from a place of love, where it's the idea is more I've known you long enough, and I think that you can do better than this, and then it's well, all right, fine, and then we always end up being correct together, so that's kind of nice.
And I never like to ask bands where'd the name come from, but
well, I suppose I thought it was a cool sounding name, and yeah, like.
Well, now hang on. Have the grammar police ever talked to you about the name?
It took people a couple tries to get the name right. Like, oh, when we were kids, or like sometimes they would just say it wrong flat out if we were ever being introduced. This is when we were kids.
They correct you. They auto-corrected you.
Yeah, pretty much, and I'd have to.
They don't mean was. They mean were. We'll do them a favor.
Exactly.
As these guys are the two founding members of the band, and they were a two-piece. And with myself, having grown up hooked on phonics, I really begrudged the name, and I begged them to change it for years. And eventually, we started looking at other names, and we had 200 on a page, and we couldn't pick one. And I remember Mark just recounting, "Man, this is too hard. Shit was different when we was kids." And I'm like, all right,
there
fine,
it is.
Okay.
There it is. Okay, so Old House was back in 2016. Memoralia was in 2019. How have things changed between then and the release last year of a Maudlin Floor and Watercolor?
So, first we were a 5-piece when we released Old House and Memoralia. So, I don't know, throughout after that, like COVID happened like right after Memoralia. So it kind of like hit our momentum a little bit. And one of the members, we parted ways with him. And we still had all these songs we didn't record. So over these past however many years, 5, we were kind of like piecing together the pieces, doing DIY recordings. We got it professionally mastered, professionally mixed.
It sounds great.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
I don't know, it's been a long time coming for that album.
You want to tell me about a couple of the songs on the album?
Sure.
Let's start with To Fetch a Pail. Again, back to kids. I mean, it harkens back to Jack and Jill. A very minor chord, down-tempo build, and it builds to this absolute explosion. I think, Chris, we need to address, does my waving look like drowning now with all the fucked up things I do?
Yeah.
How much do you write from personal experience, and how much are you storytelling? Because if it's the former, it sounds like a cry for help.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. As long as you kind of keep your toes wet in both, then you can kind of get away with anything. But specifically, like conceptually, like this record, at least lyrically, which I really appreciate these guys for kind of letting me just let loose and do whatever I want. It ended up sort of being a concept record, and kind of the mission statement was, we'd been a band for so long, we lost, like after COVID, we had to like work on these, and it had been a while, and seeing a lot of my friends just have success and kind of going off the deep end, or like, idolizing people that you hear all these crazy stories about, like they're, insane writers, and I just kind of wanted to see, like, what would that look like if I'd really tried to push myself, like, as hard as I could. So I just, like, doubled my nicotine and alcohol intake, and just tried to go out as
4 out
deep
of 5
as...
doctors recommend that regimen.
Yeah. So I just tried to kind of go as deep as I could while finishing up all the rest of the lyrics for the record. So it kind of came out that way, but... Yeah, no, I appreciate you looking into those lyrics.
Well, speaking of lyrics, I Die From It All has one of my favorite lyrics on the album. You could press flawless diamonds from my heart of coal. I mean, that's a serious black heart.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's funny, that one, too. That was... Mike, is that the oldest song on the record?
Yeah, we've been sitting on that one for a while.
If I remember,
that was one that we wrote together.
Yeah, Mike and I wrote that together. I believe in a basement at maybe my mother and grandmother's house.
That's
one
amazing.
time.
Yeah, it was in Roselle, right?
It was in Roselle. Yeah, and we just really wanted to work it out.
It sounds like a Roselle song.
It's just funny that it ended up fitting in conceptually too. So that was kind of nice.
Slutwalk that one's intense from the very first second. Tell me about Slutwalk.
Yeah, I think it might be my favorite song on the record, just because it is kind of, it has like a lot of aggression in it, and then it gets pretty, and then it has all these, it's very progressive. It moves in sections. A lot of it I had written. I don't think he'd be upset. Norman's not here, but a lot of it kind of came through of me observing Norman back when we were at our DIY venue that we lived in while we were writing the record, called Motel 66 Cicero. Norman started out as our couch guy. Like, he was friends with Brian. He came through. He was kind of, like, when we met him, he wasn't in a really good part of his life. We immediately became best friends, and it was basically just us throwing house shows and parties all the time. And then the next morning, and by morning I mean like 3 p.m., just seeing him knocked out on the couch. And I'm like, what are we really doing? Is this like a healthy lifestyle? So a lot of the lyrics ended up being about that. But like everything else, it just kind of blends together with like the rest of the record. There's a lot of self-referencing, and it all kind of bleeds together.
Crazy Guy. Now, I know you said Slutwalk's perhaps your favorite song. Crazy Guy stood out to me just because it's so unorthodox in a way. It's frantic in parts. You absolutely shred your voice on this one.
Thank you.
I mean, you push it to the limit. I mean, the I Reflect, like, I wanted to get you a cup of tea or an Evian after listening to that.
Thanks. Maybe just a White Claw or something.
A White Claw, sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of unexpected, unorthodox tempo directions, Idioma. I've never met my muse. Hope she's not awful news. Is this an artistic statement or a romantic one?
I don't think they're different.
That's a great response.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the things I like about you, and I don't want to just randomly throw the word prog around, but I mean, you take chances, you go in unexpected directions, and the songs sound big and short and interesting bursts.
Yeah.
And I think that song, and Crazy Guy too, really good examples of that. Now, that all said, this came out November?
Yeah, November of just the end of last year.
And you've got like albums worth of material stacked up behind it?
Yeah.
You guys have been busy.
We've been busy. We figured it was about time to start laying it down, so.
So what's the plan for that? I mean, you need to let these breathe a little bit, right? These songs.
Well, we figure it's better to be on top of it too, and knowing how long it, like, once we were really ready to hunker down, we thought that enough time had kind of passed and the world was opening back up, and we started making the record. We then realized, it actually takes a long time to make a record. So
if you want to do it right, sometimes that is, yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, right now for our next release, Mark, we have I think all of the drums done. We maybe have like 4 songs with vocals done. I think Mike's tracked a lot of the guitars.
There's probably like a couple albums worth of songs, and then there's even like singles on the side that we could bring back. We could slow release singles. There's like ways to release everything.
And this is something that I keep coming back to on this podcast. Just that blueprint. Like, no one really knows what the best method is. Do you do the slow drip of songs? Do you do everything in album form? No one has the right answer.
Our friend Thomas from the Fall of Troy, I was on the phone with him the other day, and I was talking to him about it, and I'm like, we don't really know how to do this, so I was kind of asking advice, and he was like, fuck it, do it Chicago, double album.
There it is. Yes.
Like, that seems like a lot.
Well, no one else is doing it.
That's true.
That's exactly what he said.
And let's release it on 8 tracks.
Don't do that. Vinyl would be fun.
Yeah, it would be fun. I mean, yeah, doing a double. I mean, hey, maybe we just figured it out.
And
that's it.
Tie it up in another concept.
Yeah, that would be cool.
No one's doing that.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, if no one's doing it, then get in the comments.
No, it could be cool to definitely do a double album. One's like more aggressive, and one's like more proggy, psychedelic.
It's like a McDLT. You got the hot side and the cold side, 2 very distinct things, but they come together as one.
So one of my favorite bands I just saw, they're called Idola. They kind of did a double album. I think one was released like maybe the next year, but one was called Eviscerate and one was called Mend. Yeah. And that you could just tell by the album covers, it's just like night and day or light and dark, you know?
I love it.
Really cool concept.
But, figuring this out right now, I'm kind of excited because, like, if this is how we decided to do it that way, like, it would force us to write more. So, like, because we just have a backlog.
It sounds like you could take a break. I mean, unless are you all guys who just are constantly like scribbling stuff down, putting stuff in your phone?
Yeah,
like a steady stream of ideas.
The notepad is long. I've got a couple of notebooks. Like, now all of my friends just know to buy me a notebook for like my birthday or Christmas.
How's your handwriting?
It's chicken scratch for sure. But, the carpal tunnel is setting in.
I swear to God, I mean, my handwriting's never been good. But, I mean, in the present day, I'm at the point where I can't read my own writing. Like, I dependably, no one else could, but I could always read my own. Not anymore. It's just, and yeah, the carpal tunnel, too. It's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I might have to become ambidextrous or something.
Or something. And I learned how to write in cursive. I don't know if you guys did as a kid.
Yeah.
For some reason, I stopped writing in cursive maybe when I was in college, like in my early 20s. I should have never stopped doing that. It's easier and faster. But I do all the block capital letters. Like, why did I change?
I mean, because you got to remember when you was kid, dude. That's what it is.
When I was kid.
Yeah.
That's what I did. Okay, so when we was kids, we'll be at Cole's again. That show is happening on May 1st. Reggie's in the beginning of the summer. And just onward and upward. I think your band sounds really fucking cool. I'm really glad we got to meet. You guys reached out to me. Thank you for doing that. I mean, there is no better feeling than having like a cool band drop on your laps. Like, oh wow, where have they been all my life? Like, I love what you're doing.
Thanks,
Thank you.
James.
Thank you.
We appreciate everything you're doing too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so what's next beyond the shows?
So we're trying to book a tour for end of July, maybe. Hopefully start that. And we're just working on albums, and I don't know, we got like a little practice spot, and we kind of just go in and out of there, record our tracks, build the album. I kind of mix it up, like we could listen to something cool instead of like raw tracks. And then we have that reference for like when we send it to like someone to mix it for us, and like we kind of want it to sound like this,
Yeah.
but then they could just do it better,
Right, for sure.
unless I somehow get my chops up, but
I believe in
that's a
you.
long road.
Well, guys, thank you for doing this. We'll see you at one of your shows in the next few months.
Sounds good. Thanks,
Cool.
James.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.